Very nice to see most of you at the banquet. Sorry that I apologize to John for not being able to attend. We had a good turnout. It was good to see some of the members that we haven't seen in a while, especially Ben Maraban. That was good to see him. I hope everyone was, had a good time and had enough refreshment. So I think it went out, turned out okay. So with that, we do have, let me just do a roll call. So Ian and I here in the conference room, we have Bob Walston, Brian Barrow, which is our IEEE student president for the DeVry Online, with Chad Morning and Daniel, Dr. Nashu, Howard, Jan Gossi, Dr. Berger, he is remote in Finland, and Saul and Dr. Musa. So welcome. Thank you for attending the meeting. So with that, we have 2 months of minutes that we need to review. We did get some updates from Dr. Berger and also from Bob. So I think, Howard, you have those noted.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have everybody that's shown on the screen right now. Were there others that are called in or something that?
You'll get a list after the meeting. That's something else I'm going to start at sending in that email with the video.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be sending this one to you and to what's her name?
Yeah, the new secretary.
Yeah, Kavita.
So let me go
Yeah.
ahead and share.
Okay.
Kavita Pinker.
Can you see the minutes?
Yep, that's what we'll
You
see.
want- You're gonna go through the September minutes. I only one information I received was one that Dr. Berger submitted. The bottom of page 2, tenure instead of tenor. I don't know. I messed that up. And then the
Okay.
bottom of page 3, silicon instead of silicone.
Yep. Okay, you just get a little typo. So can you guys see it? I'm just gonna scroll through if there's any.
Yeah, and then under CCOM, or maybe it's the section advisor part, maybe have a space between region 2 and on where it's highlighted in yellow.
Okay, yep, okay. Yeah, all right. Anything else in on the September minutes? Other than typos and correction that Bob and Dr. Berger turned in? Okay, if there's no correction, Howard, anything else?
I don't have any. I don't. You'll have to, if you made the corrections on those, you probably should send them to me. Because when we make, if you said we've made the corrections and have it shown, otherwise I have to list the corrections. I didn't catch all the yellow places that you had, which were the typing errors or whatever.
Okay, so Bob sent the correction. clear.
Well,
So I think we can,
well,
I
make a motion to approve the minute and then with the correction from Bob and Dr. Berger. Is that okay? And, I think Bob sent it to us, Howard.
yeah, did you send something to me? I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I sent it to you, Howard, but I probably didn't send it until 4:30 or 4:35, somewhere around there.
Well, yeah, I haven't even been through my mail this afternoon. I've been busy, so I
But
haven't seen anything. I
but-
guess, all right, if you've got it, I'll pick them up, make sure that I'll put them in, address the comments, which ones they were.
Mhm.
Uh,
This is actually, the one that I'm pulling is actually what Bob has sent.
I just can't follow right along where you are. You jump a page. I don't even know what page you're on right now.
Sorry. So this is page
Tools.
1, right?
I'm sorry.
Is it-
I just have I printed out a copy of what you had, and I saw those. Burger's the only one I got earlier. So
Okay, page 1, and then page 2, Bob has a comment about V-tools.
okay, and that is on
Page 2.
page 2 visuals. Okay, under the bullets. Let me find it here real quickly. That
Okay,
no, I can't. No, I don't. I'm looking at page 2. This is September minutes, right?
correct.
Never mind. I think I turned the wrong set of minutes. Look, all right, now V tools. Okay, let's see. I think should be able to find it real quick like now. Uh,
It's in,
Line 3,
it's in the second bullet.
yeah, line 3 of the second bullet. Yeah, VT tools instead of just V tools. Yeah,
it just has an
120.
extra T.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, is that clear, Howard? Okay,
Yeah.
so
I see it. Okay. Yeah.
I'll move to page 3. And
Okay.
on
Page
on
3.
page 3, section advisor,
Uh, okay.
region 2.
Yeah, there should be a space added between region 2 and the word on and line 1.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Okay, so that is page 3. Now let's do page 4.
Page 4 on signal processing.
No report. So what is this there, Bob?
Just adding a period at the end of no report like the other ones above it, you know.
Okay.
I don't know. The copy shows a period there. Is it, did you do that, Helen? Is that right?
This is Bob's amendment.
Oh, I see. Well, I
yeah,
don't
this
know.
is-
I printed out, whatever I printed out has a period. So,
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, mine it didn't, but okay.
okay.
So the same thing as the Ohio State student branch.
State.
That's still on page
Okay,
4.
no report. Okay,
Okay,
got it.
so let's go then page, page 5. So meeting adjourned.
Yeah, it's just optional if you want to add the word add in there and a period at the end.
Okay.
I think that's it, right? Okay.
Okay, well, all right, let's get a motion to approve the, with the corrections, and I'll put in the corrections.
Okay, so motion to approve the September 26th minutes with correction as discussed from Bob and Dr. Berger.
Okay. Who's making the motion?
Was make a motion?
Try to figure out if Soul's trying to make a motion there.
Are you making a motion to approve Saul? I'm making the motion. Who wants to?
Yeah, who wants to make a motion?
Is that you, Bob? Who seconded it?
I'll
Uh,
second it.
Yeah,
Oh.
either one of us will second or make the motion. This is Nasser.
Who made the motion? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Nasser? Nasser?
Yes.
Master motion,
Oh.
Bob seconds.
Okay,
Oh.
all right.
I
Thank
did.
you.
Did Saul make the motion though, or not?
I couldn't really tell because he sounds like he's glitching out. He has no video feed. So I can't really tell if he's trying to say something.
Okay.
Okay, so September 26th XCOM minutes, Nasser, and then Bob seconded. So all in favor to approve the September 26th minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried to approve the September 26th minutes. We can go to the October 18 minutes. Do we have any correction there? Are you moved to the October minutes, Howard?
Yeah, I have it here. I just, did somebody make,
Yeah, I'm just gonna go through it. If there's any question, correction. This
okay,
is Bob. Yeah, Bob has some just cleaning up there.
Yeah, I wondered. You know, in some areas, it's up to you guys, but when you use I or something like that, sometimes you don't know who they're referring to. So I tried to put names in there.
you tell me what you want to do. I'll look at what you've got, and if you want to, if they agree to, that's what we want to do.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
I'll list all the changes.
Yeah, I think on that first line on, you know, where it starts out on October 20th, I think Helen meant to say that the Weststone Park venue wasn't well maintained. So the word not wasn't in there. It came out as well maintained.
Okay, let's see.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
not,
just make it just grammar,
Okay.
grammar correction, same thing. I think it's just kind of make it clean and clear. Okay.
you want where it says I, you want those changed to Helen, right?
Yeah, I think it was Helen that did those things.
Okay. Now, you're on second page
On
now?
page 2,
I guess, because Helen was doing all the talking, so I just left it as she was reporting it, so I can change every one of them if that's what you want done. That's okay.
okay, I think we're okay. We just kind of, make it a little bit of cleanup in there. I have no objection. Okay, so page 2, page 3. I think the same thing. Bob just referring to I. We just change that to Helen to make it more specific.
Okay, let's see, young professionals.
Yep. On page 3, the same thing with this like online student branch. So this is just some corrections. Is that okay, Howard? Right, page 4.
Well, wait a minute. I need you to back up. I'm sorry. If I'd gotten it earlier, I could have picked all this up. I did not. Anyway, I don't have, I need you to back up a little bit. I missed something where we changed something to Helen, and I don't know where was that, women in engineering or what? I
It's
didn't
on
read
Yeah.
page 3, Howard, page 3.
women in engineering. Oh, Rhode Island. Okay. Uh, okay.
Good.
Okay.
So let's move on to the student branches. A typo for the DeVry.
Okay. And then student branch down to the second. Where?
Okay, I think that's it.
Well,
Got everything?
I didn't get where John is. Okay. I'm still trying to follow. I can't follow as fast as you guys are moving. Can attend. How am I not getting this?
Okay, Howard,
We're
that's
going
it. I
to
think it's
speakers to present virtual program. Once finalized, I is just I am, John is. John is.
Yeah, John's going to announce it to all of us. Just replacing I am or I with John.
Can attend all of us.
Yeah. Yeah, John is going to announce it to all of us. Well, I guess I missed, should be all of us so we can attend, I guess.
Is going to announce it, so.
Okay. Does that make sense, Howard?
Yeah, no, I'm not, I don't have a problem with that. I just,
Okay, so then I think the same thing is just in the adjourn, this meeting adjourn at the period. So I
okay.
believe that is it. So
Yeah.
let's go back to the top. And well, once you get a chance to look at Bob's email, and then he has a copy of that sent back to us, and review it tomorrow. But I guess there's any objection on the changes to some of these.
Well, usually what you do is, at least, I don't know how you really, a lot of times I think we should actually do the corrections and then actually approve them with the corrections already noted. What we're going to do now is I'll go in and every place we made a change, I put a comment of what the changes are. So you'll have a long description of all the changes that were made. And then the minutes stay like they were. Here's the modifications that we changed in there, and then you approve it. So I don't care how you, we can do that. I don't have any problem doing that. That's okay. I just want to, I guess I got a little sloppy this time on these. Getting
Well,
things
it's kind of hard to
typed up.
hard to decipher all the meeting notes and recordings sometimes. So we do appreciate all the work you do, Howard.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
we have to do better
Well,
reporting.
I think it's good. I have no problem. We need to do that. I guess I really messed these 2 minutes up in the last couple of times, but that's okay. I'm looking
Okay.
for, whatever to get it approved and we can,
Well, sometimes when you talk, you'll say I or he or she, but then for the minutes, it's kind of nice to say who that is because you may
oh no,
not. Yeah.
I think you're right.
Okay.
Probably
So,
will get some of that. I tape recorded too, so,
right.
uh,
So I think is there any comments, changes to the October minutes? If not, somebody make a motion to approve the minute.
Move to approve the minutes with corrections.
Okay, Saul made the motion, second.
And I'll go ahead and second if no one else does.
Okay, Saul made the motion to approve the minute as corrected, and Bob seconds. All in favor to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries to approve the October 18 minutes. Okay,
thank you. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Howard.
so I think with that is we'll probably go ahead and do a quick review of what's going on. I know Dr. Berger is in Finland and he's kind of pretty late there now, so Dr. Berger, would you like to do any report between the awards, the vice chair, and the student section? We'll take you first since you're already late.
Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to report, forgot about the awards. Let me pull that up. So we went through the Region 2 awards, you know, after winning the MGA Best Chapter for 2022 of medium size. We were a bit emboldened, tried to get more hardware for our team. And so the Region 2 awards portal, well, there was a little bit of a disarray on their end, where that looked like there was submission was due a few months back. And they finally got their website working and they reopened the portal. And so Helen, Howard, Daniel, I, probably some other names that I'm missing right now. We all kind of, we had already decided on some submission opportunities, and trying to find my notes. Here it was. I think what we did is we actually, I don't know what the decision was in the end, but we put up for exemplary student branch of the year. Helen, there was a toss-up between OSU graduate student body or DeVry. Do you know who was finally selected in the end?
We ended up doing the DeVry since it got more vote.
Okay.
So we make sure that the OSU do something next year.
Yeah, I was still trying to, because we missed that window of opportunity for that other award for Helly. Nyack, the former president, was kind of the last chance to kind of honor her work. And it was, instead of an individual award, I was hoping to get possibly a team award. And then did you nominate Dan Recker for the Outstanding Professional Award?
Yes, we have Dan Recker for the professional award. We have the educator. I completed the educator award for you, Dr. Berger, Daniel for the service award, and then what else?
And then we did, and then we nominated you for the Professional Leadership Award.
Okay, so we did 4, I believe.
That would be, no, that would be 5. 4 individuals and one organization.
Correct. So it's 5 total, and that was submitted on time. So I'm not sure when do we get any feedback for that, because all the nomination was submitted plus the references also endorsement.
Yeah. So that as the vice chair, that's part of my report, Howard. And then the second thing is I still want to raise the specter, and it's good that Tufik is on the line, because I still have concerns over the flip-flopping of the OSU student faculty advisors, that the OSU administration has once again decided that they want to make a unilateral decision that is not theirs to make. And I know, Tufik, I've spoke to you personally that you mitigated some of that, but and I don't want to rock the boat and create any difficulties for you, but I also feel that OSU somehow thinks they have a power that they don't have. And I would like our team to come together with some sort of a declaration. Maybe we need to wordsmith it very carefully, but just to point out, assert that they do not have the authority. They never did have the authority, and therefore I should never have been removed as faculty advisor, nor should Tufik have been removed. That this is a student organization administered by IEEE.
I agree.
So I don't know if, I have one of the reasons I've been kind of advocating this, but I haven't been actually doing anything because of course, I'm highly conflicted. Um, and it's really good that John Golsey is on the line as well. So I don't know, some very carefully crafted letter that we could probably send around, circulate amongst us, that we could wordsmith to just get it precisely right. Um, and then we could finalize it, and Helen maybe could affix her name to it to avoid any conflict, and disseminate that to the current chair and the and probably former chairs as well.
Paul, first of all, I apologize for my voice. I barely can talk. But the chair or the dean of any college has always has the privilege of saying that I don't want this person to be the advisor because I need this person somewhere else. I cannot afford the time to give this person to be the advisor. So that always stands. But at the same time, as you mentioned, they can't just pick up anyone on their own.
Yeah, especially if the person is not an IEEE member. So that is kind of violation of the procedure. So I think we probably need to, like you said, Dr. Berger, write might as well a very not say diplomatic letter to the ECE department to make sure that they have a better understanding of what this technical society is about.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So that's as much
Yeah,
as
Paul,
vice chair.
as you mentioned, basically, I figured I'm definitely not looking to stay in the role, but I didn't want to completely also remove myself from the things that I've become very integrated in. It was actually a good idea just moving down to a co-advisor because there were so many things I still had to do because the student needed some institutional knowledge and some connection as to, somebody who knows who to talk to when they need to get things done. So yeah, if we make it more general, that would be probably a very good thing instead of, because Paul, like he mentioned, he's conflicted. And I'm junior faculty. I do not enjoy causing problems. And I caused a lot of them, so I will not add one more to it. Yeah.
Okay, so are you currently co-advisor to the undergrad?
So what I did is basically move to the background. And the school allows you to actually be formally a co-advisor where you really do nothing. You have access to all the organizational resources, you can update information, but essentially, you don't really have any responsibilities in that. So I still have access to our IEEE account. I have access to email. I have access to the organizational database with the university. So I think that's good. It allows me to keep access to all the things that I have that I will need if I were to come back as an advisor without any explicit responsibility. So I can just be in the background.
Okay, can you still participate, let's say, for events and recommendation on events and provide guidance to the student section, or you just?
No, so basically now all of that is just will come out of my interest, right? Right, this meeting, I don't have to attend. I just attend because I've been attending with you guys for some time, right? But now it's not my responsibility to connect to the section, for instance, and downstream information back to the chapter. Now it will fall on the actual advisor to do that job.
Okay, so who is the new advisor?
Bradley Clymer.
You know if he's an IEEE member?
I actually didn't look him up, but it won't surprise me that he is a member.
Okay, so
I see what? It would surprise you in the affirmative or the negative?
No, I said it will not surprise me if he is already a member, because he seemed to have done the IEEE advisor role long ago, right? Now, has he been up to date with his deals? Did he continue being part of the organization? I'm not sure.
So I think we have an action item that maybe I could try to over the holiday come up with a draft diplomatic that we could circulate, and I think Tufik, you should be on the distribution list to make sure we get it just right, that we're not causing any palpitations. So that'll be an action item. So that's kind of that ends the vice chair report. If you want me to go into the Electron Device Society local chapter, I could then do that, or I could wait for my turn.
Okay, so you will take that as an action item, Dr. Berger?
Yes.
Okay, we also need to probably know to make sure that the person is an IEEE member. That's as part of.
I might be able to check that while the other reports are coming in.
Okay, all right.
I'm
good.
logging in right now.
Okay, so you have the choice to either report on the electron devices, or you can stay on until the society.
Why don't you continue on? I'll check this membership if I can.
Okay, so thank you. For the chair report, we just have in the year again, I would like to thank everyone for the help on the banquet.
Helen, if I may, Ben.
Ben.
Okay, hello Ben.
Apologies, I have been away for some time, so I will try to join you guys from here onward. On this particular issue, I think this is a problem that we have had for a long time. It's not today. And I don't think this is just my 2 cents, I don't want to disagree with others. With writing a letter and circulating and signing and agreeing, the issue is not going to be resolved. I think there should be a meeting face-to-face, Helen, Paul, and the dean, as well as others. Try to resolve it so that they would understand exactly what we are trying to do. And I think, face-to-face meeting, explaining to them would be a lot more fruitful than circulating a letter. A letter can be circulated after a meeting with them. This is just my choice. And if your time would allow, or others, to meet with the dean would be great. Because this has been going on for some time.
Dr. Berger, is this at the department chair level or at the dean of engineering level?
Department level.
Okay.
There definitely is merit to what Ben says.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's a good idea for us to do that. Do a XCOM meeting and invite the ECE faculties and the dean, just to have a better. We can consider that as our industry academia relation. We have not been doing quite a bit of that. It's probably time that we need to kind of bolster our relationship with the university and get better understanding on where we stand as a society, because we definitely don't want to be overlooked as the importance of it for the students. Okay, thank you, Ben. Anything else?
That's all. That's all I have here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. For the chair report, it's just quick. Again, like I said, I would like to thank you everyone for all your help with the banquet. I do appreciate that. You know, Dr. Berger, Ian, and Kavita help with those trying to get the event done. Thank you definitely for Howard and Daniel for the past 2 years, and I will stay and do my best as chair for the following year and as long as I can. And I do appreciate the vote of confidence for allowing me to stay for another term. We just have the save the date for the Engineers Week in February. Make sure that you guys put that in your calendar since we are still going to
When is the date?
sponsor. It's February 23rd.
Thank you.
Okay, I will send an e-notice for save the date. The committees did send the sponsor letter. So I think we will probably, we agree or vote on that to continue to do the silver sponsorship, which is $250. It is everything is pretty high now with changes in cost, and so the committee has decided to move from Bridgewater to a different venue because the venue has the price has increased dramatically. So I have not looked at who's doing the keynote speaker because the last year they did pay for Story Musgrave to be the keynote, and that was, $5,000 for a speaker. When we do have a lot of good speaker within Ohio that can share some good information for us. So I think this year we decided to don't have a paid speaker. So that's still being finalized at the moment. So the date is good. It's February 23rd. So put that on your calendar. Let's see. Also, just for the new order later on, I would like to appoint a couple of people for the affinity groups, so we can discuss that when we get into that section. That's all I have for the chair. Let's see, we go Daniel.
And then my apologies. The 250 would cover how many people there?
Normally the silver sponsorship covers three members, and also allow us to have a table for like a promotional table. I think last year we're actually, IEEE is the only society that had a table. Maybe OSPE, I think, right, Howard? So it gives us a chance to have a table and then, talk to people about IEEE.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Daniel, is Daniel online?
He's on. He's on mobile.
Sorry. Daniel, you're muted.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Are we wanting to do the treasurer report right now?
Yes.
Okay. I actually, can we wait about 10 minutes? I need to get my son's dinner started, and then I can go.
Oh, go ahead. Yes. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
look back with
Thanks.
you. Thank you, Daniel.
Okay. Thanks.
Right, and Daniel has been really doing a great job with reporting. He does provide the report to Howard and I, and with a balanced budget and everything. So that's definitely doing a great job on the financial reporting. So that moves us to the professional society. with membership development, Saul.
Yeah, well, I think Helen knows about this, but we're planning a meeting that I think will be a section meeting on March 27th with the representatives from Intel about what they're planning to do here in Columbus. I'm thinking maybe this should go along with Dr. Berger and his group at OSU. Not sure where we should have it. Helen had some ideas.
Yes, it's definitely great to finally get some visibility with Intel. It would be good to hear from them what the plan is. And I know Dr. Berger is part of the OSU Intel committee, but this is in the professional side of things. So that would be good to understand what their expectation and what they're planning to do in the Central Ohio. So we can work on that, but I guess we should send that in the calendar to make sure people can have their schedule for that day, March 27. That's a Monday. Okay. Anything else, Saul? Okay, thank you. Ben, Pace.
Yes, I mean, I haven't been really close to it, but I was looking, at the minutes and so forth, and what you have been talking about, Intel. So definitely is a professional kind of activity, and would be great, if you would be able to piggyback on membership development. So the meeting with Intel. So we would like to start with that, and hopefully on the the e-week, the engineering week, do something, I guess. Well, we are involved to some extent, I guess. February 23rd, and we have people, would be participating. But definitely with Howard, I believe Howard, has been handling this in the past, if I'm not mistaken. Howard, are you there?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, okay. So if it will do, yeah, if it's okay with Saul, would be great.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, we also have, for the PACE, we also have the legislative day in April or May. So we will consider that as a PACE since that's professional development. And I know I did not work diligently to get some funding from PACE. So we really need to do that because.
This is from Region 2, right? Yeah.
Correct, yes. Yeah, so we did not request any funding this year, which is, it's my failure to do so.
Is it too late?
Yeah, we need, kinda, because it's probably the books is getting close now. So we need to get, request funding early in the year. Any funding all the way to July is pretty much allocated to each of the section, the 20 section within the region. But after July, whatever money is available in the pot is first come, first serve. So we need to start thinking about making sure that we take advantage of those funds for PACE. Anything that, according to Joe Kolaski's, like anything that we do, like for students, for professional, it like joint events is considered PACE.
Alan, quick comment. You gonna request funds for legislative day?
We should, because we did. I think the last year we spent about 1,700 on that. So if we request for funding, that means they will pay for half at least. That would be good money that we don't have to use from our budget. So I will work with Ben on that early on. Okay, anything else, Ben?
No, sounds good. Thank you very much.
Okay. So let's go with, I don't think we have education chair here. Ian, anything in the website?
We're changing the layout to it some, and, we had to change the environment because I guess they're gonna be upgrading to, PHP 7, and the format that I was using, doesn't support that.
And we also need to update some of the information. We still have some old data in the website. And I also would like to encourage everyone, especially the society chairs, to use the Collabortech and start uploading your events. That way, when I do my report to Region 2, we do have to report every quarter, and that would be easy
Tech
for
or
me.
vTools?
Collabortech, there's, on the homepage, there's a button that says Collabortech. Go there to sign up, and, that's also how you can access it.
Yeah, you can share photos of your events. So when we create our report to Region 2 and also for the west area, it would be easy for me to just grab some data from there to add into the report. Okay, anything else, Ian? Yeah, we have to work on the website. We have to probably find some additional volunteer to help you.
Can you add the link on the chat here for that website, the Collabortech?
Yeah, that's what I'm working on now.
It's the rightmost tab on the IEEE Columbus website. I got in myself.
Daniel reports he's ready for the treasurer's
Okay,
report.
Daniel, are you back?
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm back.
I'll go ahead and take your report then.
Okay. Okay, can you all see my screen?
Yes.
So this is the report for November. So you can kind of see how we're tracking. So about 50,000 for our section is what we started with in November, and then we ended about 48. A lot of the expenses were from our 100-year anniversary, and I can go through some of what that looked like. And then we also had a couple meetings and some postages. And we're pretty much trued up on the income that we thought we were going to receive. There's just a little bit of a delta, so I'd say we did a really good job estimating for the year. And then there's a couple pages of everything from the 100-year anniversary outing. So the $20 registration fee was really good from just getting buy-in standpoint, but also help offset some of the overall cost. But then there's also a PayPal fee. I think it's 89 cents for most of it. I think there might be a discount for if you pay a little bit more. But so you'll see the registration revenue and then also the fee from PayPal. That may be something we look at another service in the future that's somewhat well known. But I mean, yeah, that's kind of what that is. And then there's some catering and then also some audiovisual expenses as well. I think the audiovisual might hit in December. But this is what this all looks like. And then this is the postages for some of the mailings that went out. And then a section meeting, expenses for a section meeting. Any questions?
Daniel Ben
Yep.
Miraban, if I may, I'd like to understand it. So what we have at the end, we have 60,000 $699.53 at this time. The expenses is about $565. So am I right to assume our budget right now, the money that we have, is approximately $60,000?
No,
Okay.
I'm not sure where that's coming from, the 60,000.
Well, isn't that, on your attachment number 1?
So I think it's 50,000. I can zoom in.
It's 60,699.
Maybe I'm not seeing the same. Are you looking at the same one that I'm sharing right now?
No.
Okay,
that
so
might
this
be
one
the-
is November through 30th, or this was all
What I
November.
printed, what I found this morning on the site for
Okay.
tonight's discussion.
Do you know what date is on there, Ben? Is it October?
Yes, probably is October.
Okay.
But these were the minutes, part of the tonight's meeting. But anyhow,
Well, Daniel, I think
okay,
what
that's
Howard
fine.
is,
We are okay.
he attached the one that you sent him previously into the meeting.
Okay, so should I be going over October's, not November's? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, I'm trying to verify the amount and so forth, my own understanding.
Sure.
So you're saying, what we have to look at, the report that you have posted right now is 48,500 approximate, right?
Correct.
Is that clear money that we have, right? For the
Yes, as of the end of November, obviously some things hit in December, but yes, end of November, that's what it was.
So with our donations, whatever is coming, it came from AEP and other organizations and so forth.
Correct.
So I guess, sometime in the future, we all have to make a decision what we really would like to do with this money. Just to keep so much money in our account, I don't know.
You have to think, just correction there, Ben. You have to think about account that some of that money is for ethics and also for some of the societies.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, yeah. So we have to have look at those expenditures and see really how much money we have at the end of the year, and really what we all would like to do with the money. It should be used somehow, not to keep there, probably, just my opinion, to earn interest. That's not the purpose.
Well, with the society has not been, with the pandemic, we have not been doing a lot of events.
Sure.
So actually, the banquet was the first big expense that we did for the last 3 years, you may say. So and also some, just like the antenna propagation, they have money in there. Power Society, which is they did a lot of event when SWIN. So right now they have not done a lot of events. In the past few years, they easily spend $3,000 on events.
Sure. But again, I mean, thank you very much, Helen, for clarification. Regardless, how we look at it, we have a large sum of money. So what we think, we should do with the money, keep it as high as it is, or, spend it for good purposes.
Correct. So that's what we have to look at into future events and discussions. So, okay, Daniel, any question on Daniel's report? Additional question? Thank you, Ben.
No, I don't. Yeah, thanks.
Okay. We will, I'm not sure when the time, if we want to do this like our next meeting, but we will want to talk about our 2023 budget. I imagine it's going to be similar to what we've had this year, but just wanted to make sure that's on everyone's radar.
Yeah, so the budget should be actually approved in February. I do believe, Daniel, we have to report the 2022 by middle of February to get the credit.
Yeah.
Yes. To get the additional credit for reporting. Okay, so I think we plan to do the budget, the first draft of the budget in January meeting. So if you plan to have ask the XCOM for some extra funding, make sure that you attend the meeting or at least voice what you need to get done in writing. That way Daniel can put it in the draft of the budget in January. Because once we vote on it in February, that will be it. Then if you need some extra funds, we have to get it approved by the XCOM. Okay. Then we make a motion to approve the report. Or that should be okay. Just for the treasurer's report.
I make a motion to approve the report as
I,
presented tonight. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have any comments?
I think you want to make it acknowledge the treasurer's report, not approve it.
Okay, to acknowledge the treasurer's report,
Yeah.
Ben made a motion.
So really, we cannot make a motion. This is a part of the minutes.
Yeah, okay, just to acknowledge it then.
Yeah, just, we are acknowledging that. I don't know if you have to take any votes.
Well, we're not changing anything, so we just acknowledged it as presented.
Sure, I mean, it is part of the minutes.
Yes. All
If
right,
you- Thank you.
thank you, Daniel.
No problem.
Thank you, Daniel.
Okay, so we have 20 something minutes left, so I will just go through with student
I'm
section.
sorry. Helen, quick question. Who was the second on the acknowledgement?
It was Ben.
Who made the motion to acknowledge it? I thought Ben did that.
Let's say no, Helen, acknowledge that, and I second it.
Yeah.
You're done.
So I made a motion to acknowledge and Ben second.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I just didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. Student activities, I guess so. We have not heard from Carl in a while, so I'm not sure. We probably need to reach out to him if he's still willing to do some of these volunteer functions, because I'm pretty concerned about the control society. The control society hasn't done any kind of report in 2 years. I'm afraid that National will deactivated it without a report. So I think I need to get a meeting with Carl, and I'm pretty sure that we have a lot of members that can step up to that position. We want to make sure that our members in the control society is well served. Anything in the activities, student activities, so? It's not. Okay, thank you. Let's move on to Bob for the section advisor.
Yes, I don't have anything to report this month.
Okay, thank you. Let's move to the societies. I don't see any representative from the antenna propagation. So for the computer society, Bob, any thing to report?
Bob, if you're talking, you're muted.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm working on setting up some speakers and seeing if I can get 2 tours planned for next year.
So I'm not sure if Dr. Berger is still with us. Okay. So for the electron devices, Dr. Berger, any reports?
Yes, Electron Device Society, with the merger of the Columbus Banquet, held 8 events in the year 2022. We had a distinguished lecture by remote hybrid on compact modeling of organic thin film transistors. That was held November 15th. And you were polite enough to co-list the Electron Device Society with the Columbus Banquet on the following day, November 16. Also, I would like to report, since it's under the auspices of the Electron Device Society, Photonics Society jointly, is the humanitarian engineering project that is taking place in Colombia, South America, because we had channeled some monies from the Electron Device Society, the International Electron Device Society, to the local Columbus EDS section, chapter. And so I actually, just during this meeting, got a update from South America. One of the final things to put together the solar-powered water desalination plant was actually a very large fuse, and we back ordered a fuse, waited forever, and the wrong fuse came internationally. And I just got word that they located a fuse in an abandoned system. My contact, one of my contacts there, is going to drive 4 hours to go collect this this fuse from this dormant system, and hopefully that will get us running again. And the third thing to report is that I went through Ian's webpage. It's actually very self-explanatory, in my opinion, where I went through the IEEE Columbus webpage, connected up to Collaboratech, which took me to my workspace. Unfortunately, I think the only people that are members of the IEEE Columbus Collaboratech workspace are Ian and myself. I guess we're the only tech-savvy people here. And so I actually, during this meeting, created an Electron Device Society, Photonics Society subfolder, and I added photos from my in-person event in September, and I added the 2 flyers for my 2 events that I held. I guess, the last thing I'm going to report is that the former president of the Electron Device Society was going to come for a distinguished lecture. I was with him at the Board of Governors meeting in early December. He had postponed. He'll be coming in at some point in early spring for a distinguished lecture. Maybe, let me throw this out there, maybe we might be able to time it that we could do an Intel event with the former president of the Electron Device Society. So that might be, real good representation from our side. And then I had another distinguished lecturer from Switzerland who kind of went AWOL on me. So I'll try to pin him down for a distinguished lecture. That would probably be hybrid, though he was saying he might be tiptoeing through the United States at some point, but it's probably going to be hybrid. Oh, and the last thing is I wanted to organize a tour of a facility that does silicon wafers down towards Cincinnati. The company's called Silfex, part of it's a Lam company, and so they are going to have a very limited size that they can accommodate. So I'll be probably mobilizing on that in the spring when I have a little more bandwidth, a little more time.
Okay, sounds good. I have discussion with Jorge, whether we do the banquet again in spring like we did last year for the graduate student and the undergrad. That might be a good thing to do a joint event in conjunction with this lecture and also with Intel in March. That would be
yes. The graduate student body was wanting to embrace something the Electron Device Society is espousing is that, we are highlighting also the fact this is the 75th anniversary of the transistor. And yeah, so they might be hosting some events that are that could possibly be jointly with the ES, the local ES chapter.
I think the Electron Device Society should be a co-sponsor of the Intel meeting.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, that would be good. Okay, great,
Yeah.
great.
Consider it done.
Right, thank you. Well, pencil it in for March 27. Find a nice.
I do have one update to the vice chair report. I checked the OU analytics, and Bradley Clymer is not an IEEE member. So not only was I replaced years ago by a non-IEEE member, but it looks like Tufik was replaced by a non-IEEE member, which I find very insulting.
Yes, I think we gotta do something about that. That is not good.
It's wrong. It's supposed to be a membership organization, not a just join.
I think a real long time ago he was an IEEE member, and then I think, if I remember right, he had a disagreement of some sort with IEEE and dropped his membership.
I don't know about that, but certainly he is not a member as of today, according to OU Analytics.
Okay, all right, we need to do something. Okay, you can get busy on, well, probably first thing, unfortunately, I will be out of the country until the end of January, so.
Yeah, what part of Philippines are you going to be?
Where are you going to be in the Philippines? See,
Oh, I will be in the central islands,
Like near Cebu?
Negros, next to Cebu.
Okay, okay. Yeah, because I've traveled around there and given some distinguished lectures there too.
Yeah, my brother's in Manila right now, I think.
Ah. Okay, good. Okay, anything else, Dr. Berger?
No, as far as Electron Device Society, no.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we have engineering and medicine.
Yeah.
Dr. Cashew?
Yeah. So I'm planning on doing some webinars this upcoming year. I was considering trying to use WebEx. I saw that on the website there's a request to do WebEx. I normally do Zoom. I guess I looked at the website and my question was, do I have to request use of it every time I want to do a meeting, or is there a way we can just have like a professional access to WebEx and we can, does that make sense?
Only I'm the only one actually allowed, like, running the WebEx environment. Like, we just have one account assigned to the section.
Mm-hmm. So I would just
So
let you know, Ian, I want to do this
yeah,
meeting.
you just have to email me, and then I set you up. And if it's a recurring event that'll happen the same day every month
Mhm.
at the same time, then I can set that up. In fact, like DeVry, I put them on a trial right now because they're
Mhm.
kind of they were kind of looking at other methods, and I have them kind of on a trial loop every Monday from 9 to midnight. So they can try it out and see if they want to continue. If they say that they don't want to use it, then I'm going to disable them again.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I'll just try to figure out some dates and let you know on the upcoming year. Another an issue of concern, and I've raised it a couple times. I think that our section, the engineering and medicine, is actually deactivated with the national organization. I've reached out to several different people, and I've reached out to EMBS National. I didn't get any response, but I don't see it as an active society, and that's mainly my fault because I was not active for some time, especially after right before COVID. So I'm not sure how to double check that. So that's just I just want to.
I will double
Do you
check.
want me to contact Metin Akay? I kind of know Metin, who's the president of EMBS.
Yeah, that'd be good if you have contacts with him. I do have him on LinkedIn, but I've never communicated with him in the past. So if he knows
I
you,
know Metin, and I know the president-elect Paul Sajja, because he was with me in the IEEE brain community under the
yes,
future
yeah,
directions. So I know Paul Sajja quite well from we've had many. Oh, and I know the VP of Finance, Bruce Hecht.
okay,
He hosted me for a distinguished lecture. So yeah, I'm kind of yeah,
yeah,
so
perfect,
I can
yeah,
email them and find out what the status is, and I'll CC you. Do I have your
awesome.
current email address? Is that on IEEE Columbus website?
It should be. I mean, I'll just type it in the chat here. You can
Perfect.
use
Okay.
my IEEE, or you can use my Gmail. It's the same thing, pretty much. NH.
I will probably do the IEEE.
There you go. Yeah, I
Okay.
just put it in the chat there.
I will start to draft something right now. Well,
Okay.
I'm waiting for
Other
it
than
right now.
that, that's it. That's all I have for now.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
So, okay, we don't have anything. Daniel, you want to report on the Power Society?
Uh, we don't have anything to report. We're still working on syncing up and having our regular meetings, but I think our last function we've had was a couple months ago. But we're geared up to ramp up in 2023.
It's good, thank you. We have power signal processing. I think they may have a new person there. I have not heard from Carrie Lee in a while. I did have communication with the solid state circuits society. I had a one-to-one meeting with their treasurer, so we went through V-tools, kind of with Ramy and also the treasurer. So he set up to do V-tools on event and also reporting for Concur. So I highly recommend that some of you in the section in the society to create a Concur account. That way, when you do an event and you have expenses, it's the easiest and the fastest way to get reimbursement.
Helen, are we supposed to still use Concur, or is it next gen now?
Oh, it's next gen. Sorry, it's Concur/next gen. Okay. Let's bring us to the young professional. And I did, Chad is with us tonight. And Chad has expressed interest in chairing the young professional. So I would like to appoint him to that position at this time. And Howard, do we have to make a motion to appoint Chad into the young professional?
Helen, before we do that, could you introduce Chad? Where is he from?
Okay.
Who is he?
Yeah, we met with Chad there a while, but I think Ben, for your benefit, since you just attended the meeting, so I would like, Chad, would you like to share about yourself?
Sure. My name is Chad Morning. I'm professor of computer science at Ohio University. My areas of interest are modeling simulation, VR, AR, computer graphics mostly. Do a little bit of cybersecurity. I got some feedback from my promotion and tenure committee that I should be more active in my professional organizations. So the Region 2 West Chair is Cheng Lu, who's also faculty in the CS department at OU. So I talked to him about it and decided getting started with you guys might be a good idea. Looked like that the young professionals chair was open, so we talked about that and sounded like it was a good fit. Happy to take any questions.
Thank you very much, Chad. Appreciate it.
Yep.
My apologies. I was away for some time, but anyhow,
Yep.
That's great. Welcome.
I also have a young person in the Columbus area. I think you met Peter during the banquet, and he expressed an interest on helping you with that. So we kind of discussed that with him, whether you can, maybe a co-chair or a vice chair with the young professional, where we can do joint events between Columbus, and he can help manage some of the events in Columbus and work with you, creating joint events with Athens, meet in between, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's supposed to do at least 2 events per calendar year. So, one up there, one down here. Maybe if there's an audience for it, Lancaster in between, something like that. So, I'm thinking. I'm new at this, and so any materials you have on like how to actually use vTools would be great, because I'd also like to show our student org how to use it, because I don't think they've been using it. Um, Things like that. Can use any guidance you've got for those things.
Correct. Yeah, I've discussed that with Chang, that, unfortunately, the OU student branch has not report in their events, and I'm pretty sure they're doing events, but
Yep,
they
yep.
do need,
Every other
they
week.
do need to report those.
Yep.
Helen, is there still a policy that the young professionals has to be the graduate of the last decade?
It's not anymore. It's not a goal anymore. It's not really a requirement. We do, so it's, yeah, Chang Lu used to chair it before he became the West Area Chair.
So I got my PhD in 2015, so I've got a little runway left. Don't let the gray hair for you. So, but so if I get 5 years or three more years, then that's probably plenty for me too. But I can do it for a while.
Yeah, so just the gray hair can, I guess.
Very off.
I was gray by the time in my 20s, so
Yeah.
what can I say? All right. So Howard, do we have to make a motion to get Chads for the young professional?
Don't have it.
What was that?
I didn't. Sound went down. I didn't hear what she said.
Okay, as a chair, I would like to make a motion for the appointment of Chad Morning into the young professional chair.
I second it.
Okay. Motion carried, so I can update the vTools and add Chad into the young professionals also. And in the next meeting, I will have Peter join the meeting, and then we can have him introduce himself, and then we can add him to maybe the co-chair or vice chair. Okay.
Helen, I'm sorry. Who made the motion and who seconded?
I made the motion, and Ben
Okay.
second.
And Ian second?
Yes, Ben.
Ben.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Women in engineering, I did participated in the Region 2 event in Rhode Island. So that was very well attended. We're planning, they did ask me to co-chair the 2023 not banquet, but symposium or event for 2023. So I'm working with Carol Perry, Region 2. Region 2 will be hosting. I believe it will be in Pittsburgh. They have not pointed out the exact date for the event yet, but that will be coming. Dr. Berger, I need to get in touch with you on how to set up the website for the technical papers, submission of technical papers. So I'll get back with you on that offline. So that's all I have for the week. Let's get into the student branch since we're running out of time here. John and Brian is online. Anything to report for the DeVry online?
Brian, you go ahead.
I want to make sure I heard correctly. Did you guys say earlier that we won the Exemplary Student Branch Award?
No, we
Nominated.
submitted it. We nominated.
Nominated.
Okay, thank you. That's what I was like wondering. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, that's really exciting. And I was like, but wait, maybe I misunderstood. So thanks for clarifying. And thank you
Well,
for
we've
the
had it
nomination,
almost
by
every
the way.
year, so that's the thing. Like when I was the chair, was like we got it that year as well. So
Oh,
from
okay, cool.
it was the Region Two exemplary student branch, but guess who the only member was?
Yeah, thank you guys for the nomination. I really appreciate it. So I'll let everyone know that we have that nomination. So otherwise, I actually also want to thank Professor Golsey for bringing Special Agent Adam Lawson in for that presentation. I've talked to a couple of people that were at the presentation, and if we can get him to come back sometime, that'd be wonderful too. So it was a really good presentation. So thank you, Professor Golsey. Also, Ian, I want to thank because he's been helping kind of get control of our Discord server, which is where most people meet in our student branch and talk. So now Ian has control of our Discord server. We shouldn't have any problem making changes as needed. So the previous owner was not active anymore. So thanks, Ian. Since we've been having our meetings in Discord, we've actually gotten a couple new people to join our meetings, which is good. I think the Discord environment is more visible to our members. And if after the new year, if everyone decides that WebEx would be better, we can do that. But I'm just waiting until we get out of our DeVry University blackout weeks. So right now, you know, we're still holding our meetings, our XCOM meetings, robotics meetings, and networking committee meetings, but they're optional because DeVry wants students to focus on their classes at the first and last weeks of the session, and they also want students to take a break during the holidays. So we're having unofficial meetings so that we don't lose interest, but otherwise we're kind of taking it easy right now during blackout weeks. So we'll probably hopefully get going a little more strong after the beginning of the year. And I know we're out of time, so that's all I'm going to report for now, unless anyone has anything.
Thank you, Brian. John, thank you again for setting up that meeting for the cybersecurity, even though it wasn't technical, but it was still pretty good, informational in a sense of national security.
Well, he could only speak so much, you know, that in the public domain. But if we have a meeting that is in person, and then I have another supervisor of special agent in Columbus who could come and in an enclosed area in person, then they can say a little bit more.
Okay, yeah, maybe we'll do some face-to-face meeting by then.
Right. Yeah.
Right, thank you.
Sure.
Paul, anything else to add on this, on the graduate student?
Not too much. As far as I can tell, the only thing they held was is a soccer event that kind of went a little bit quiet at the end of the semester. But there's already amongst the officers I saw on Teams a call for a meeting during the winter break here to kind of formulate what we're going to do in the spring.
All right, sounds good. Well, Dr. Musa, so this would be your last meeting, or you're gonna still join the meeting?
If I end up, having time when you are meeting, especially when there are in-person meetings, I may stop by. But yeah, when I'm around, I'm just around for the fun of it rather than to actually give an active report.
Okay.
But the last time I attended, I was mentioning that we were working to kind of get the officers in place. Before I handed over to Professor Clymer, I made sure that all the positions are filled, events are planned out, and the students are meeting regularly. So that is ongoing, and I can't say, which is one thing that I may push before I go further in the background, to try to get the winter banquet scheduled and a speaker kind of in place and all that, because that's one of the major events that we run, and I don't want us to have missed it twice in 2 years.
So that's is in end of January, the last time we attended?
Yeah, so probably end of January, early February.
Okay. All right, thank you. Any new business? Okay. If not, I would like to thank everyone for the year. I know we did a great job of meeting almost every month. Summertime, I believe, it's very difficult for everyone to do events, but we'll do our best this year to do at least a couple of events in the summer. With vacation and kids out of school, it's a little bit hard to organize, but maybe we can do weekends. I know I still would like to do a trip to Dayton and have a joint meeting with the Dayton section in the summer. So hopefully we can do that this year as part of the pace. And also one thing that I would like to stress out is that we need to do some events related to ethics as part of the PE requirement. So we should have at least 2 of those a year as part of the PE. And also do a little bit more work in industry relation. I try to recruit a little more of Mettler people, and I think I was successfully able to recruit 3 new members from Mettler. So trying to do something in your company as well, and to just get a better industry relation. And actually, we have a good relationship with Ohio State. Mettler has a university relation person dedicated to OSU, and she has talked to me and told me to. Well, we're 3 minutes, 7 minutes over. So again, thank you for you guys attending, taking your time to participate in the meeting. I greatly appreciate it. With that, I would like to call the motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second it.
Ben?
Yes.
Right, thank you. Okay, with that, the meeting is adjourned. Good night, everyone, and thank you again. Have a good holiday, Christmas, safe New Year. Don't party too much. So we'll see you in January. Yeah, I will send a virtual meeting for January.
Happy holidays too.
Is the 3rd Tuesday still okay, or is there any recommendation or preferred day for the meeting? Daniel, I know you're very busy. Is there any day that you would work better for you?
Let's keep Tuesdays. If anything, I might ask to change to Thursdays, but Tuesdays are fine for now.
Is 5 o'clock okay, or you want to push it later?
I would hate to push it later. Let's do 5 o'clock. If anything, I'd like to push it further up if we can.
Further up, you mean 6?
No, like 4:30 or 4. Yeah, earlier. But I realize that makes it difficult for people too. So we could keep 5.
Okay, we'll keep it to 3rd Tuesday at 5. in
Okay.
January. Just a test. All right, thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you. See ya.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
and
you.
happy holidays.
Happy holidays to everyone.
Yeah, all those.